Hello, Countsake here, back with another graph theory shortest path solver. Cough. Okay, so I think in the last episode we started to work on the saving system. So yeah, it was quite a bit of something. And okay, received notification. All right, so we started to work on this, and well. It really is quite a bit of something, I have to say. It is really quite something. However, we didn't really get to test whether this thing works or not. So yeah, what I'm going to do here is I want to test my decoders. In fact, I want to test the decoders. Those are the ones that I actually would really like to test. So I'm actually going to go to the graph editor, actually, if you believe it or not. Actually, Save Manager should be able to have a public static. I forgot that this is in the wrong side. I'm completely smart. So yeah, this is where I put my stuff. So here we have our save and decoding, our decoding, and yeah. You have a save system, and we have our graph data. Graph data, there we go. And basically, it just takes a list of strings that contain, has lists of strings, which basically tells us all the properties and data about the edges and vertices. All right, so now I need to actually test this. So I'm going to have a public static save manager script and void awake script is equal to this. Now, I don't like this format. I like it like this. There we go. Even though probably it's a lot better if it was down here, but this is how I learned to do it. This is how I learned to code. Anyway, so with that, we can actually, let's go ahead and minimize that, and let's actually bring this up a bit. We go to our graph editor. I'm going to comment this out and comment this stuff out, all of this stuff out. All I want to do is to go to save manager.script.decode hold on a second. What? Oh, those are private. I'm gonna make this public for now. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it public for now. And I'm also gonna make this public for now, just for now, and then I'll go back and set it back to decode vertex data, and I'm gonna pass in a key. This key has a name, which I'm gonna call it A ampersand, and its position will be at 0, 0, 0, 0. Then we have, I'm going to have another one, save manager.script.decode vertex data again. I'm going to make another one. I'm going to make a B. B ampersand 6, 2, 5. I'll make the -5, why not? Then now we need to do a save manager.script.decode edge data, and this one is going to be rather interesting. So I'm going to call it edge AB ampersand. Okay, what is the format? I completely forgot what it was. Format, the value comes next, which is rather interesting. I'm going to put 5 ampersand. What else is there? We have the name of, okay, this is A and B. And I believe the next one is the directional, which why not? We'll make it directional. Or no, we won't make it directional. There we go. And this is how we are going to test it. If it manages to create these, okay, nothing appeared. That's rather interesting. Nothing appeared. Hold on a second. Save manager.script. What it goes is to decode a string. So hold on a second. I want to debug.log vertex name is at position. Then we add our we'll do it like this. Plus x position plus I believe comma space plus y position plus comma space and z position plus this. There we go. We just need to, that's what I'm going to test if it actually does. I need to test if it actually does this thing. Let me go back to the graph editor. Yeah, okay, it should be called. So let me clear this and see what happens. And what is this? Oh, right. I completely forgot to put this onto something. I am smart. Okay, anyway, let's completely forget that I forgot to do that. We forgot to put the save manager on something. There we go, put the save manager there. Hopefully now, yeah, it managed to do that. And now, and basically, and wow, we actually managed to, for example, we can show the properties, and yeah, it definitely shows it definitely is the properties. It's at this position, and this one is at, wait a second. Oh, it's at, yeah, it's at negative. Yeah, it definitely works. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, great. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, our decoder definitely works. Now we need to actually save the system, which is quite something different. This is actually, I'm not sure if I want to do it like this. But if anything, I think I might as well have a default. The default is literally just a single vertex at actually this stuff might actually just have to be somewhere else. I'm not sure this is actually going to necessarily be here. Because this is just a graph editor. It only really does it. It doesn't really do anything. Over here in the save manager, okay, here's the thing. This is awkward. It's supposed to come from a menu in a sense. Yeah, you're supposed to come from a menu, and then that brings you to this graph scene, and then you have to load up a slot. So I guess I might as well create the UI for that because it's going to be a little bit confusing without this. So let me go to the player UI, and well, let's start on the menu. Yes, the menu is actually supposed to be something, and I completely haven't really worked on it before. So this is just going to be a panel. We can remove this component, and yeah, all it just does is span the entire thing. This is the menu, and within it, I believe I want a like the pause button to be at the top left. Now to do that, yeah, now to do that, I might need to bring up GIMP. So GIMP bring up GIMP. Pause button will be rather simple. Let me unplug something from my laptop. All right, this should be rather simple. We just make new, and this one is supposed to be 64 by 64. All we really need to do for this one is to literally just kind of do something like this. Now I kind of don't really know how far away it is. Oh, it's exactly 2. That's rather interesting. Okay, hold on a second. Here, and there we go. I go down, straight. There we go. Looks like it. Let me fill in those corners. And I'm going to make this a little thicker, just a bit, because yeah, it looks a little funny. And yeah, that's really just going to be our pause menu, our pause menu button. I might want to add a bit more detail because it's still rather very simple. I'm gonna do it like this, and let's decrease the size a bit to maybe 3. Let me do like this, maybe like that. Right, okay, then all the way down here, 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 and there. Not sure how to feel about that. That doesn't look that good. I don't like that. All right, well, let's try this. And we'll do like this. And that's what we have. There we go. I guess that's a basic pause button. I can't really do anything else. And let's go ahead and save that to our thing here. Projects, graph theory, assets. I think a mosquito bit me, but whatever. Then we go to our sprites and we'll call this the pause button. Pause button. And we don't really need to save this stuff. Let's go to our sprites. There we go. We got a pause thing. Right. Then under the menu, we're gonna have a button. And within this button, we're gonna pass in our. Probably right. We need to make this a sprite. We can apply that. Go to our button again, and I'm not sure. Okay, now I would probably prefer to put it at the top right. Also, this is not how I want it to be. So 64 by 64 is that. That's what it looks like. We do not need the text. Definitely don't need the text. This is the pause button. This is the pause button, and this will actually bring up a menu. So this is the pause button. Let me see how small it is. Okay, that's all right. Actually, I should probably make it white. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think I'll replace the whites with the black with whites. There we go. Make this white, and let's fill that. And let's get this color. Whoops, not that. Okay. I'm so used to using another program. No. Okay, come on. I'm going to make this a lot lighter. Instead, we can bucket fill it, or bucket fill. Actually, I think that's fine. And then we'll just export it and we'll replace it. Don't need to save the comment. And there we go. Yeah, there you go. I think that's a lot more obvious. However, I think it's still a little too big. I'll make it smaller, like 32 by 32, maybe. Yeah, let's try 32 by 32 by 32. Put it right here in the corner. I do also want to make UI for like the like I want the bottom here to show the the modes. And such. Yeah, I want the modes to appear in the bottom, like when you, yeah, the bottom down here, the modes will appear. Then over here, I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. The pause button is going to bring up a menu, and it's like it tells you if you want to exit, you want to select a new slot or something like that, go to another save slot, start a new graph, things like that. The pause menu is also bringing you to the settings, things all like that, anything like that. Oh yeah, hide notification should be something. Oh yeah, that should be something. Hide notifications. Public boolean hide notifications. By default, this will be set to false. Show notifications. All right, and well, I'm actually going to implement this right now. Might as well because, yeah, notification, and if, however, if p settings dot script dot hide notifications is equal to true, well, we are going to return, just return. And if there are notifications that do end up being put in, which I might as well, since this is a public static, if the settings.script.hide notifications is true, just return. And we'll say, nah, we won't do that. We'll just do it like this. Yeah, because we don't want it when they open up their notifications, just like a billion things appear up out of nowhere. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We just, whenever there's a notification and it's about to be sent, we just don't do it. Actually, it honestly might be better if we just do it instead of doing this, because if the notifications are hidden at the first place, it shouldn't actually even be able to make a setting. So yeah, that should actually fix that. Show notifications. Yeah. I guess I might as well also make a bunch of functions right now. So public, this one will be public float, public void set cam sensitivity. This one will take in a float, and this one will be new value. So basically, camera sensitivity is going to be set to new value. Then we have public void set invert cam. This is going to be a boolean, and this will be state inverted camera will be set to state. We have public void this Wait, hold on a second. Is that in the UI manager? Update coordinates. I don't believe, okay, I don't think it's here. So I guess I'll go to the player settings, and this one will be set display chords. And this one will be set to, this one obviously so also be a bool state, then display coordinates will be set to state. However, it's not just that. We have to go to our UI manager and let me see. Update coordinates if, hold on a second, if this is, yeah, okay. Then with that, we also need to say a UI manager.script.coordinates panel set active to state. There we go. That's how that one works. Then we have public void public void set show vertex names state. Okay, then we have a boolean and we pass in a state. This one will be show vertex names. It will be set to state, obviously. Then public void set show edge values, excuse me, boolean state, then show edge values is equal to not false state. Now there's obviously more to this function because yeah, there's quite a bit more to this function than what there is. This one, I guess what we also would need to do is for each excuse me. Let me look at this. Let me look at the prefab. So the graph prefabs vertex name panel. The name panel technically could actually also be the value for the, could also technically be the value for, you know, for the, you know, it could technically be the value, it could actually be used for, never mind. We'll just have it such that it will be. So for each transform child in, we want to go to special objects.script.world space canvas tag transform dot if child dot get component, then this get component, and we get a name panel is not equal to null, then technically what we need to do is just call this function dot set target to null. Else, yeah, that's really what we need to do. And I might as well do it like, I'm going to make something very similar to the name panel, but I'm going to have it be a little bit different because, yeah, the way that edge values and things like that will have to be displayed is a bit different than what you would expect. So we have this. So hopefully this will actually take care of that. Set target to null. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a second. Name panel. We have base if name. Hold on. Wait. Vertex properties panel. It's not equal to null. Okay. Oh, okay. So basically, yeah, it will basically be destroyed if after 1 second. Properties panel. Yeah, that basically does handle that. I might as well work on it now. Let me get rid of this because I don't need to. I might as well work on making a very similar prefab. However, it's going to be very slightly different. So copy this. Might as well. This one I'll call the value panel. Rather than this being vertex name, this will be edge value. And we're going to remove the name panel component. This is actually going to be a completely new. This is going to be an original prefab. And well, let's go create another script. So this is for UI, and might as well make not show an explorer. Make another folder called panels. Notifications, and all this goes into that. What is this? Hold on, this properties panel. Go in here. Then let's create another panel, and this one will be value panel. Very basic. Let's open it up as soon as we can. Let's open it up. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, this one is not going to be derived from mono behavior because it instead will be derived from UI panel. Now, we actually need to do a public void override set target. And if new target does not equal to null, then what we have to do is do something rather interesting. It's rather interesting. This one is going to work a little bit differently because the target. We actually need to get the edge script. So we have to get edge. This is going to be called, we call it edge script like all the time. This is equal to get component. Wait, no, not get component. This is equal to new target dot parent dot transform dot parent dot get component edge. Then edge script. Actually, I'm going to do this. Edge script is equal to null. We would like to return and debug dot log warning saying new target dot game object dot name is not an edge. Okay. Because technically, yeah, this is technically supposed to be displayed in the same spot that the panel is shown. I might want to instead move the edge properties panel a little bit higher And well, yeah. Oh yeah, this might be using Unity engine.ui because we need to have a public actually we don't even need to have a public, we have a private. Did we have a private or is it public in our other panel? Let me just look at it just to make sure it's okay. Fine, it's public. Public. It's going to be fine. This is going to be a public text. This is going to be the values value space. This yeah, and then we set that there. And then what we do, values not value panel, value space dot text is going to be set equal to edge script dot value dot toString, and we're going to have it be f2. I think that's how it's going to work. Let me go here. We have our, our value properties, and we just need to bring the text into this. The animator, literally just this animator. Now the offset, I'm not sure about the offset. Let me go ahead and save just to make sure. Hey, save. There we go, save. Go to our value panel. We go to our prefabs again, and we go to our edge properties panel. We want to actually raise this up a bit, maybe a bit more. We go to our value panel and set this to as well. We might as well set this to 3.5 as well. However, the edge properties, we might need to set this to, let's try 4.5. Now, in our graph editor, we now need to do the same thing with that we've done. And when we create a vertex, when we create an edge, we have to do is if psettings.script. Show edge values is equal to true, then what we'll do is we have to instantiate, well, I might as well make this a game object. This is going to be the value panel. This is going to be equal to instantiate. Well, we need a reference to that. So a public game object, value panel prefab. This is going to be the value panel prefab. The value panel prefab. Now the transform, the parent, is going to be the special objects.script.worldspaceCanvas.transform. And yeah, we can't really do anything about that right now. However, what we now need to do is to get the new value panel dot get component value panel dot set target. Then the target will actually have to be the edge script dot properties panel. Technically, I really would like to change that name, but whatever. Now, in our player settings, now what we have to do is something very similar to, so for each transform, we'll call this panel instead. If panel, there we go. I'm going to call this panel in special object.script world space canvas transform if panel get component, we get value panel is not equal to null, then we do panel get component value panel set target to null. There we go. That is how we do that. Now let's go ahead and test it out. You can probably delete this from the scene. I'm going to go to our graph space and add our value panel. Now, next we have to do after that is to, let me think. Let me see. We have our main camp. What do I forget? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Player settings. Show. Let's show that. Also, I kind of like to hide that. Why is there completely nothing inside this graph? Sorry about that. Anyway, why is there nothing? Why is there nothing? Right. Okay. I am smart. So I'm just going to have. I probably. You know what? Let's go to our save manager and just have a temporary, a void start temporary kind of thing. And here will be, we're just going to do if slot is not loaded, then we just load the default, load the new file, new graph data, which literally new graph data is just this. I technically also would like to have another thing inside our graph data, not just this. We also technically I would like to have a public string called the graph name. By default, we'll set this to new graph. Then I'm going to pass in a string. This is going to be the graph name. And well, graph name, or whoops, set graph name, and graph name is going to be set to set graph name. Now we have to do a bit of modifications here because I'm pretty sure we have to go to our save system. Where is it? Save system. Graph data. We don't know. We can't just also. We also need to not. We don't also. I'm thinking. I suddenly realized something. Um, I'm just realizing something. I'm trying to realize. I'm trying to think how this is supposed to be done. I'm just, gosh dang it. Gosh. We load a slot number. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have a graph name. I might as well just have it as a slot. I mean, I would love to give it a graph name. However, it doesn't look. I can't really think about how it's supposed to be set up right now. I'll do it maybe when I have UI to actually do saving and unloading, things like that. But right now, I don't. So I'm going to have a private void, which is load new graph. And this is going to be a rather interesting function. All this does is it will do, we can actually make these private again, private, and we'll have a decode vertex data. We pass in a key. This key we also, yeah, this one is going to be I'm going to put it down all the way here. Load player settings. Whenever we start, we would also like to load the player's settings, which is going to be a completely separate thing on its own. So I'm going to, then we'll have a key. This one will be vertex A, and it will literally be positioned at 0, 0, 0. That's all we need to do. So basically right now we're going to load a new graph just like so, which is probably, I'll just do it. Yeah, this is what I do. Just so that we can actually see something, but right now we vertex A. I might as well also do, just to be a little bit weird, I'm going to decode vertex data, and I'm also going to make another one, which is B, ampersand. It's going to be negative 3.14, just a test, and this is going to be at 2717, and then this one will be at 7. Why not? And lastly, what we need to do is decode an edge data, and we pass in our string key, which is going to be rather interesting. So we're going to call this edge AB once again. Next, we have to put our ampersand, not dollar sign, no, ampersand. Our value, we're going to set this to 5, or no. Look at what's another mathematical constant we could technically do. Whatever, we'll set this to 40 or something. And well, next is we have the name of, yeah, so we have A and B, and lastly, we'll make it directional. All right, let's just do it like this for now and see if things work. Okay, that's way too high. Yeah, that's definitely way too high. Hey, go to our graph. Let me go to our canvas and edit the value panel, because it's definitely way too high. We're gonna set that to about 1.5 seems fine. 1.5, I think that's fine. So we're going to have to edit that. So instead of it being that, we're going to set it to 1.5. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to see in the view mode how the panel looks like. It looks like it needs to be raised just a tiny bit. So let me go ahead and test that out. So 4, just to do 5. And let's go ahead and test it out again. Yeah, definitely did it. There we go. And yeah, we have our thing. Now I'm going, obviously these things are not going to be actually be used. Now, I guess I might, and I want the player settings data to be different from the graph data because I don't want, because your settings are going to be the same no matter what slot you have. So I might as well make it right now. So this is going to be settings data, or player settings data. It's going to be a rather long thing. So player settings data. What we're going to do is we are not going to derive from any of this. All we need to do is to do a public player settings, excuse me, player settings data. Hold on a second, I'm trying to remember how to do this. I was never really good at remembering how to do this. Player settings data. Then what we have to do, is a public boolean, and this is all that's going to be. This is going to be player settings. Now, actually, I might make this a list because I just use lists because you don't really have any public list of booleans. And this is going to be equal to a new list of booleans like that. So now, what we need to do is to get access to the. We need access to our good old friend, the player settings. So players, okay, player settings dot add, and we're going to add p. Okay, so this is going to, we're gonna okay, p settings is equal to p settings dot script. All right, settings dot. Okay, what's the order? So first off is right. We also have some floats. So I guess I might as well not make it a list of. I guess I might as well do it like this. Have a public float. This will be mouse send the mouse. What? Okay, this is going to be a public float mouse sense rotation sensitivity. Here we have a public boolean invert cam. Then we have a public boolean. We call this display chords. Public boolean that we have. Let's just bring it to the side here. Show vert names, and then we have a public boolean. This is going to be show. We'll do it like this. Then we'll have a public boolean. What is after that? Hide no tips. Honestly, this rote sensitivity is going to be equal to psettings.script.camera sensitivity. Invert cam is going to be equal to psettings.script.inverted camera. Then we have our display chords is equal to psettings.script.display coordinates. Then show vnames is equal to psettings.script. You know what? Why didn't I do this? Psettings setting is equal to psettings.script. All we need to do now is to set this to settings, and settings, and lastly, of course, we have to do settings dot show, then show not edge names. This is not. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Didn't I just mute my mic? No, I didn't. Okay. We're gonna go show edge values. All right. Apply that equal to settings dot show edge values. Lastly, hide notifs is equal to settings dot hide notifications. Yay! And with that, we literally have we have this. Now we have to make our save system actually save this. Go back to our save manager, save system. So now we have a public static player settings data. We're going to call this save player settings. Now we don't really need technically all we really need to do is literally copy paste this entire thing. I'm not kidding. Just copy paste this entire thing. The only thing we would like to do differently is not the saves. We don't need a gosh. We don't need that. We can actually get rid of this. And this will be a graph dot player settings. That's going to be it. And all right. And with that, what we do is we have to public static void, my bad. It's going to be a void data. Honestly, yeah, that's really all we need to do. Now, instead, we're going to copy this guy and we're going to paste it. We don't need a save slot. And this is not going to be a graph data. This is going to be player settings data, and this is going to be called load settings data. Obviously, this is going to be different. This is going to be graph dot player settings. Then what we now need to do is, hold on a second. You know what, I should probably make this a public public static string called a path. Or no, we'll just do it like this. We'll have a function called this one will be a public static string. We'll call it path string file name, I guess. So all we need to do is return application dot persistent data path, and we plus this plus file name. I guess we could have a string called extension file extension, and plus a dot plus file extension. Now we can actually simplify this by doing path. I might as well actually call this instead file path instead. So file path, we pass in our file name, which is literally file path is going to be literally equal to pass in graph plus save slot, and then this is going to be graph data. Graph. This is going to be called graph data. However, we kind of already technically, yeah, this just simplifies this quite a bit. And we technically can also just do that. Now instead we can do it this like file path. This is going to be a file name, which will just be graph. The extension will be called layer settings. Let's do the same thing. Copy, paste. Then we don't need this. Now this one will actually be player settings data as player settings data. Now I'm thinking, because technically I'm thinking. I am, wow, okay. Okay, so technically I also forgot another function here. This one will be private void, and this one will be load graph. And this one, all this does is it takes in a graph data called the graph data. Now to do this, what we have to do is to do for each, do a for each vertex, not vertex, string, I'm going to call it vertex key in graph data dot vertex data. What we have to do is decode vertex data, and we pass in vertex key. Then after that, we have to do the edge. We have to do the vertices first, specifically because we need to actually make the vertices before actually making any of the connections. So graph data dot edge data, and we decode edge data, and this will be passing edge key. Yeah, and that's really all that works. This one will instead have to be load graph, pass in this. Kind of have to just copy paste this and copy paste this. This will be 1, and this one will be 2. This one is load save slot 3. This one is load save slot 2, and this one is load save slot 1. Now we don't technically need this anymore. I believe, yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So this one is for loading graph, load up graph. A saved graph. Now this is the load player settings is a rather interesting one. This one is going to be a private void load player settings function, and all this does is rather it kind of I'm going to have a player settings data. This is going to be called the settings data is equal to, well, we have to do save system dot load settings data. However, if this is null, this is going to be more of a warning. No saved settings file found at path. It will say loading default settings. There we go. If settings data is equal to null, then basically we just basically load the default settings. And well, to do that, I might as well do this. A public void load default settings inside this script. All this does is literally do this. It literally does this. However, instead of we have to get rid of all these stuff. this. This and like this. And well, we technically do not need this either. We don't need any of these comments. Yeah, and that's really the default settings. So now what we can just do is save system, loads the default settings, and all we need to do is do p settings dot what is it? What was it called again? P settings dot script dot load default settings if there is no settings for this. So now we have to do else. If there is actually some data, then we have to, well, technically, yeah, we just have to call out all these functions and set set it to. I kind of just realized this function here does not actually work that way. If state is equal to false, then we call this function. That's what it is. For each, else we have to technically do a for each loop. So it's else if the state is true. What we have to do now is to go through each of the. Wow, this is actually quite a bit of a thing here. What we have to do is go to our graph editor for each vertex vertex in graph data. You know what, graph, I need to actually do this. I need to go to our graph editor and make a, instead of create edge, we also now need to create a vertex name panel in scene. Yes, this is what we need to do. And this is going to be a public, I guess, yeah, it's going to be also a game object. This one will be the vertex name panel. Actually, create. Yeah, this is quite a long name, but whatever. So first off, we need to pass what is it that we need to pass in? Vertex. I guess, well, yeah, what we need to pass in is a game object. This one will be called the vertex. And is there anything else that needs to be? No, that's really it. So all we need to do is pass in the game object. Then there are two squirrels outside my window. Okay, anyway, why on earth did I just state that? Anyway, yeah, I keep saying anyway. What we have to do here is whatever exactly we did there in this thing. And now there's probably a squirrel on my roof. Anyway. Technically, all we really need to do is to instantiate this. So we instantiate, and actually this is supposed to be a return. Instantiate. Prefab. Wow, that was it. That was literally it. Wow. What? Seriously, is that really it? Really? That's it. I guess it doesn't need to return a game object after all. I guess it just needs to return just needs to do this. Game objects, and this is going to be the panel. Panel is equal to this, and all we need to do is do panel dot get component, get its name panel dot set target, and we pass in the vertex dot transform. Honestly, dot transform, why not? And well, we can do it here. All we need to do here is to do create vertex name panel, like that. We pass in the game object. But I think I would rather not, I would rather actually do a vertex. The vertex, I guess we can do that, the vertex.transform. We pass in our vertex script technically for this one. Now with that, we have to do, else if we are setting this true, then we have to do a for each vertex in graph editor.script vertices dot values. Then we have to do is graph editor.script create vertex name panel, and we pass in vertex. Now we have to do the same thing for now, but then you have to kind of, oh wait, this is edge. What am I doing with the edges? This is supposed to be the vertices. So if state is equal to false, then we destroy all the name panels. I kind of just realized I technically, oh whatever, doesn't matter that much. Else, not particle collision events, we're not using the Large Hadron Collider here. We have to do a for each, again, I accidentally say whatever, I did something. In graph editor.script.vertices dot values create, we have to do graph editor.script.create vertex name panel, and we pass in vertex. And we have to do the same thing for the, we have to do something very similar to what we have here. So now we have to do a public void create edge value panel. It's a rather long function name, but here we'll take an edge, which is just called an edge. And now we have to do is exactly this. But pass in edge. There we go. Yeah, and this one we're just going to say creates an edge value panel. And here all we have to do is create edge value. Oh my gosh, was that, how long was my mic muted? Oh my gosh, why? Okay. I need to use the restroom, so give me a second. All right, I am back, and hopefully I won't accidentally mute my mic again. Jeez, I am terrible at remembering that stuff. Okay, well, okay, I've been almost live streaming for 2 hours. Don't really care. But yeah, we could show the properties and stuff. Get a little far away. I actually would like to see if, is there a way to actually close the property? I have an idea. To close the properties, you technically have to. Okay, now, Vertex Properties Panel. Instead of doing this, what I'm going to do is to go to our interactions, because I really would like it such that when you interact with it, it opens the panel, but if the panel is on that vertex is already showing, it closes it. All right. However, I would like to say, however, we'll set it to null. However, if special object.script.property panel dot target that get component UI panel, come on, panel dot target is equal to, well, this target is equal to transform, like to return. However, that's not exactly how I'd like to do it. I still want to technically do this one. You still technically need to do this. However, instead, we kind of just need to have to now copy paste it like this. And I might as well do this special object.script.property panel.get component UI panel. And this might as well be a UI panel called the panel script, and it's equal to this. If panel script.target is equal to this transform, then we set it to null and we return. This way we can actually panel script all right. And with that, we have our little system here that hopefully that'll take care of it. However, now we have to do something rather more interesting. I think we have to do the same thing for the edge interact. And again, we'll do a UI panel called the panels. Come on, panel script, and this is equal to not this. It's going to be equal to this, and if panel script is equal to panel script.target is equal to, well, transform panel script. I'm trying to think here. Oh my gosh, this is a rather interesting guy. Where is the interaction script on this guy? Prefabs, go to our edge, let's open the prefab, and it's on the model. I guess it's just going to be transformed, and we have to return. I guess, yeah, it's just like that. Now, let's go ahead and test this. Hopefully now let's test it. Hopefully now it actually works how we want it to, and it will perfectly open, and it will close. And we don't want it to be that. However, we will say this. We would like to do notification, not notify, adding properties of vertex. Vertex. This is edge. Yeah, this is edge. You have to do game object. You have to do transform.parent.transform.parent dot game object dot name. Any properties of edge transform dot position parent dot transform dot parent dot game object dot name. We do this for 1 second. We also need to remember to do this. Now we have to go to our vertex interaction. We're going to bring this down, copy it, and paste it, saying hiding properties of vertex. There we go. Save. Hopefully now that'll work. Actually, we can do that. Oh, there's compile errors, and apparently I forgot to put a semicolon. RIP. Always forget the semicolon. All right, and with that, showing properties. Wait, okay, we have to hide the properties. Hold up, okay. And with that, yay, we made it. We did it. Let's go to our save system. I would like to go to our save manager and kind of just do something again. I kind of would like to test it out, test things out. We'll do B. We'll have this be 10, 5, -2, something like that. And we'll decode edge data. Just call this AB, and its value will be 5, or why not? We'll make it 3.14. and then we'll make the A to B and 0. There we go. So that way we can actually test if it works with the edge property panel as well. Perfect. Showing properties of edge. Wow. Whoa. How many properties? That definitely seems to work. Though I do have a feeling that the reach of the camera is a bit short. Let me go ahead and fix that a bit because it feels just a tiny bit short. It's in our camera interaction. Camera reach, let's bump this up to like 5. Let's try 5. I have a feeling it's a little too close. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Though let me try a 7. I think a 7, yeah, I think a 7 is fine. All right, I think with that, I believe we pretty much showed how to close the panels and stuff. And with this, I am going to now try to figure out. Okay, I'm actually going to go to the mode manager, and I'm going to actually make some public functions. So a public void. This will be set mode view, and this is all it's going to do. Set mode, and it's going to be mode.view. We have public void set mode UI. I'm going to have an integer from integer new mode. If new mode is less than or less than 0, or new mode is greater than I believe greater than 3, then what we have to do is to return debug.log warning new mode does not exist. All right, then we have to do a rather interesting one. Can I put in a number? I can put in a number, new mode. All right, fine, we'll do it like this. A switch, we're going to use a switch. We'll pass in our new mode, case 0, break. Whoops, not that. Case 1, break. Then case 2, break. And lastly, case 3. Actually, whatever. I'll keep it like that. No, actually, no. Cannot set to this to mode new mode. There we go. We'll do it like that. And this one will be set mode, and this one will be mode.view. We have set mode dot edit. So we have set mode dot solve. And yeah, these are this is going to be used for a UI, and yeah, it's going to be rather simple. You just have yeah, I'm terrible at explaining things, but you just have UI. It's going to be UI, and you will be able to click buttons, and it will set you to the mode. And well, I might as well work on the the sprite. Can't stop saying because I am terrible at not saying things. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the first view mode obviously needs to be an eye, and well, I am terrible at drawing, but how am I going to do this without making it look terrible? I guess I I do not know how to make an eye. Wow. I guess what we can do is do a bit of this. Whoops. And we'll do it like this, which I'm pretty terrible at doing this. And lastly, back to here. Whoops. Okay, it looks rather ugly, but I'll fix it in a bit. Yeah, we'll put it here. And we'll have it like something like this. I guess that's the closest thing I can come up with. I'm terrible at drawing and whatnot. I'm just gonna fill that in. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Wow. Now, I have to say I kind of messed up with the colors here. I was I think I messed up with the colors here. Bucket, do it like this. Because I am terrible at making circles, I'm going to just have my program do it for me. And well, yeah, I think that works. Yeah, there you go, that works. And we're going to get a new color, which I'll just make it to this pretty serious. Okay. Hey, stop. All right, let's try this again. What do you mean? Okay, fine. Can I please just have this be a perfect circle? Oh my gosh. Please, I just want it to be a perfect circle. Is it that hard to ask for a perfect circle? What? What? Hey, Please, I just want a perfect circle. Select, invert, little bucket. There we go. Jeez, was that hard to do? My gosh. Oh my gosh, that was so annoying. I had to do it one last time. I don't know. This is just what I came up with for the UI. It's okay. It's nothing special, but it works. And of course, I'm going to, no, not duplicate. I'm going to go to my pencil and add a little shine of some sort. And that's not, no. Control A. And I'm going to, that looks fine. Looks fine. It's a little creepy as well. Let's just export it and let's go ahead and put it in our Unity graph theory solver, assets, sprites, and this is going to be view mode button. Don't need to save any of these at all. Export. All right. Now we have to do another one, but this one will be give me a second. This one instead will have to be the edit mode. So obviously it has to be like some sort of tool. And obviously the only tool that I can think of is something. I'm terrible. If I could use, okay, curiosity, can I use my pen? Hey, stop, stop. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. No, stop. Okay, never mind. This is just completely incompatible with my, oh my gosh. This is terrible. I cannot use my, how am I supposed to make a, like, how am I supposed to do this? Okay. I guess I could do a hammer instead. I guess it'll make it a lot easier if I can somehow pull it off. I could somehow pull off the hammer. It doesn't look good. Okay. Let's go ahead and restart. All right. So the first thing, I'm just gonna put the head. Then I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of space right there. And right here, we're gonna add back stuff. And here we'll do this. You move this? Oh, whatever. Sure. I don't know. It looks okay. Let's not duplicate it. It looks okay for me. Nothing special, but it can work. Just okay. Stop. Okay. With that, let's go ahead and fill it. Fill it the rest. Are you serious? Seriously? That's annoying. I guess it's not even aligned properly. Okay. I'm just gonna put something here and pretend like that was actually, no, I'm just gonna pretend like I put something here and I'm gonna act like I intended it to be like the way it is. Nope, that's not gonna work. I do. All right, I guess that's, I don't know. This is the best I can think of. Seriously, why is that a thing? I'm actually legitimately a little annoyed right now. Just make a new layer from this stuff and make it more centered. All right, and then we can go to our stuff and we can just do that. Never happened. All right. We can move the we can move this guy and hopefully it'll be all right. Yeah, I think that's fine. There's going to be edit mode button. And the last one is going to be the solving, the one that you use to solve. So let's put our bucket and fill it up. And to do this, we're going to need some circles. So, and then between them, we're going to do it like this. That's too thick. Okay. That might be too skinny. It might be too thick now again. I'm trying to figure out, whoa, not that big. That's way too big. Let's go to 9. And No, it looks a little too big. Let's go to let's try 7 again. And we'll go down to 1. We do 1.5. No, it doesn't look right. Go to 1. Dude, that's way too big. 1. Then I'm going to actually need to create a new layer. Where's the new layer? New layer. New layer. There it is. Just dump the background. There we go. Just move this. That's about right. And this is going to be the solve mode button. Export. Yay, we have all our 3 buttons, and we're not going to save for any of these. We're just going to go here and then see all the sprites for ourselves. So here, we're going to make this a sprite. We're going to apply it. We're going to make this a sprite and apply it. And lastly, we're going to make you a sprite and apply it. So at least we're not drinking anything. What? Huh? Oh, whatever. All right, so now what we need to do is here, we have the pause button, it's in the menu. We also have, not sure if I just heard like some cat. Okay, then we have a panel here. This is going to be the mode panel. Yep, I'm hearing a cat. And we're going to add some buttons to it. So let's add some buttons. I'm going to make it 32 by 32. Actually, let's do 48 by 48. 48 by 48. Actually, is that too small? Okay, whatever. This button is going to go into the mode panel. Mode panel is actually going to go to the corner. The button, we do it to the middle and the center, but no, not the mode panel. What? No, the button. The button will be like this. However, the X position, how large is this? It's rather large. I am going to definitely want to probably make this a lot smaller. Let's make the button 32 by 32. Then what we want to do now. Let's do this by 250. Height by 50. Let's try that. The button, what's the height of 48 look like? And 40, what? No, not the text. The button, 48 by 48. That's, wow, that's like basically filling it up. We're going to do 32 by 32. And instead, what we're going to do is to get view mode like that. Now, actually, this might want to be 300. The height might want to be a little bit taller. Let's try, not 100, not 200, 80? 80 is too tall. 75. 75 looks a little too big. 60. 60 looks all right. And we want to give this, and we also want to give the mode panel the panel, you know, hey, want to give it this. Like to also do that. Then we're also going to add just a panel. This is just going to be the background. And we're technically going to remove this and set it to a slightly darker. Okay. I messed this up. So this is going to be the mode panel. This one is going to be this one's going to be like stretched out. Then the mode panel, this one will be anchored to like that. And this one is just going to be the outline. For our button, there are a few things that we would like to do. I'm going to make it like this, and we also would kind of like to make the text rather bigger. Then we're going to move this down a bit to -10, or maybe 9.7.5. 7.5 looks right. Then the text is going to say view mode. Let's scale this. Let's scale this down to like half and half. We want the text to also be white. Center it. Increase the font size to 20 or something. But we're going to also need to make this rather up to 8. This is going to be this is the view mode button. And now what we have to do is do the same thing, but $20, $30. Then we'll try this one to be 60 is too. Oh my gosh, everything is clumped up together and I can't tell. 100? No, 100 is too far. 80. Then instead of 80, this will be 120. No, 150. No, that's too large. 130, 140. And these two are too close. So this guy is going to be 90. 150. And this one will be this one is actually going to be the edit mode button. And the last one is going to be the solve mode button. Now we have to just name it. So this one's going to be solve. We have to change the button to the graph. Solve mode button. This one's going to be the edit mode. And we change this to our that thing. Okay. And now for this, we have to change the width down to something smaller. So I believe 190, no, 180. 180 looks about the right size. Now, for these buttons, what we need to do is kind of do something interesting. We have to do something rather interesting with how this is going to work. Okay, in these buttons, I guess I might as well set it up now on the click. We go to our, where's the mode manager? I forgot. Mode manager is on the game manager. Whoops, can't do that. We go to our game manager, go to our mode manager, then run our good old friend. Where is it? Set mode UI. This one's going to be set to 0. You're gonna have to do something very simple. Gonna have to do this now. Quite a bit. Got game manager, mode manager, set mode UI. This one will be 1. The last one is obviously going to be solve mode. Mode manager, transform. Mode manager, yeah. And then we set this to 2. Now we actually would like to disable I don't want any navigation. Just get rid of all the navigation. We don't want any of it at all. Not at all. None. Okay. And with that, let's go ahead and test this out. So, what is the disabled? I guess the normal color, we're going to have to set it to a bit of a darker. Okay, so what we can do here is instead we will make the normal color much more dark. And with that, we'll just copy this, paste, and lastly, paste. The disabled color is going to be the rather more interesting one because we actually are going to make it that. The highlight color, we're going to make this just a tiny bit darker. Press color, make it darker like that. And we have to copy paste it to the others. Oh gosh, this is going to take forever. And of course, there's another thing I would like to do. I guess instead, after we set the new mode from the UI, I technically also would like to close the menu. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is go to our UI manager. What we do is set open menu to false. Yeah, and that's what you have to do. So go to mode manager, then UI manager dot open dot script dot open menu, and we'll set this to false. Wait, that's not the one. Wait, is this a private? Oh, it's a private one. I think it's public. Open menu and false. False, there we go. Yeah, because we would like to close the menu and such. Okay. I guess that now calls for making the animation. Now, technically, the menu panel, all it is just Okay. Okay. Let's go to our animator UI. Might as well make this more organized. So this is going to be notifications. Go there. Then we'll make create folder panels. Then those go there. And this one will be the menu. And in this, we're going to create our animation. What the heck is this? No, I don't want to, no, stop. So this is going to be the open, it's going to be open menu animation. Now to do that, what we have to do is to get the pause button, then have it start here. Right, okay, I forgot something. I need to do this, have it start right there. After that, after half a second or a quarter of a second, it will go like that. How does it look like? Yeah, that pretty much looks like it. Then the next one is the model panel. So it starts off like this. Then we go up to half a second. Then we just set this right here. There we go. Have animation done. Okay, that looks way too fast. I'm going to make this a lot longer. I believe, there you go. I think that's better, much better than what I had before. Then I'm going to create a new clip called, wait, before I do that, I'm going to create, okay, now I'm going to do it. So stay menu, stay open menu, there you go. And all we need to do is to literally record. Here we go. That's how we do it. And that's it. Now we'll have the close. This is going to be close menu. And again, we'll play. Start it off here. After a quarter of a second, it goes away. Then now we have to do the same thing, but for you. Not that one. That. And away it goes. No, not that way. Okay, then we'll go to half a second. And there we go. And that should be the closed. All right, and with that, we need to make one last, and I believe this one will be the stay closed menu. And all we need to do is record, and you will be out here, and you be over here. Pause the mode panel. Okay, good. With that, we have our animations. And how I'm going to do this is my question. Technically, the default will be this one, the stay closed. Then we can make a transition Actually, no, we don't make a transition. This one goes to this one. This one goes to, excuse me. Excuse me. No, stop. Then this, please. Then this one goes to this one, then goes to this one. That's how it's going to work. And with this, we're going to have a Boolean just called stay open. And this one has no exit time and 0 transition. The conditions is that stay open is false. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I guess that's how it's going to work. Now, we need to go to we're in our UI manager, and now we need a public animator. This is going to be the menu animator. What we do here is we play them. When we play it, we have to do the menu animator dot play. We have to play, and we play, what was it called? Open menu. And next, we have to also do menu animator dot set boolean. This one will be stay open to true. Else we do this by doing set this, then set boolean to stay open to false. I don't believe there really is a need for a transit. I'm just going to leave it like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and test it out. Wait, before we do that, we need to do this right. We need to assign the stuff, and right, it's on the player UI, menu animator, go to menu, there we go. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I love it. I love it. Okay. Now, there's one last thing that there was one other thing that I would like to do. It technically works technically. Also, I probably should move this out of the way such that it doesn't bother, because it's already supposed to be not in the way. With that, we have this stuff. I'm just gonna save and let's play. Just make sure everything's still. I love it so much. I love it so much. It's such a simple UI, and I love it. Okay. Ow. Okay. Ow. 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 Okay. I think I need to drink a little bit of water right now. Oh my gosh. All right. Now we actually do need to govern the behavior of these buttons. And to do that, we are going to actually have a public button array called mode buttons. Now, here we're going to do is a public void update menu buttons. That's all we're going to do. And this one, what it does is all this does is what it does. Okay, it goes through for each button in mode buttons button dot interactable is set to false. However, if it's set to true. However, if we have to do a switch. Okay, switch. Then we pass in mode manager dot current mode case mode dot view. Yeah, this is how I'm doing it. What do you then break button. Oh no, not that. Mode buttons 0 dot interactable will be set to false. Then we kind of just have to copy paste this code. Rather simple. Case mode dot edit will break, then case mode dot solve and break. This is the most I've ever used switch statement. Mode buttons 1 dot interactable is set to false. And lastly, mode buttons dot interactable is set to false. Hold on a second. I'm going to check something. Mode buttons. Can I do this integer? And we'll do mode manager dot current mode dot interactable set to false. Does that actually work? Whoa. If that actually works, I'll be very surprised. I'm actually going to cancel out this. Okay, we'll just do it like that. Okay. And let's test it out. Right, we forgot to actually put it on this thing. So view mode button like that, edit mode button, and lastly solve mode button like that. I might as well, okay, what I need to do now is to go back into the mode manager. Whenever we do this, we have to do UI manager.script.update menu buttons. Update menu buttons. Update mode menu buttons. There we go. Update mode menu buttons. Update mode menu buttons. There we go. Okay, the problem is when you start, it actually, UI manager. There we go. So with that, if we go to check, yes, it does in fact work. So if we go to edit mode, and to solve mode, and to this again, yeah, pretty much it does work. It's very has to be the of course, yeah, it needs to be the actual pause menu. And with that, there are quite a bit of things that needs to be done. One such being the settings. Okay, I might as well start working on it already. Stream health, are you okay? You okay, stream health? Stream health, are you okay? You don't look too good. Is stream health okay? You alive? Is everything alive? I don't know. Can't tell. Well, is everything alive? Can't tell. Give me a second here. I think the live stream's. Oh yeah, the live stream's fine now. Okay. Anyway, we're back to what we were doing. Let's go ahead and save, and let's just start working on the panel for the. You guys already know it's going to be the UI. It has to be the. It's just lots of scripts. It's just going to be the UI for the you know. We have a background here, and this one will be. It's going to be a little bit more visible. Make it 170. Yeah, like that. Get a little darker, or quite a bit darker, quite a lot darker. Then this is going to be the pause menu, not menu, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Pause menu. Then we need to make another panel. And this one will just be this, and we obviously are going to set this to 100 like that. Then for our pause menu, well, we're not going to have it this large. We're going to set it to be just in the middle. Maybe you're going to have it a little larger, I don't know. And yeah, let's go to our text here. This is going to be the title. Actually, hold on a second. I'm going to add another panel, and this one is going to be this. Again, we're going to do that. This one instead is going to be like this. And we're going to definitely shorten it quite a bit. We're going to add the title to this and actually make this the title. There we go. Fix that. Need to also fix you. Best fit. And this one will be, we have to change the color, of course. To this one will be pause menu. Paused or something like that. Make it a little larger. Do it like that. And of course, we would like to kind of make it a little tinier. Hold on a second. I guess it would be like this, yeah. Hold on a second. Maybe it will be like this, but we'll just have it at the center like there. All right, there's a title. And we'll have a bunch of buttons. Then here is the interesting part. All right. Stretch. And the interesting part is what buttons are we going to have? So Obviously, there's the exit. Are probably going to be the exit to exit the menu or something. I don't really know what the buttons are going to be for this. I'm not sure if I should just use the default Unity because I don't really have any idea for what the buttons should be, or their sprites or anything. I'm thinking of just making them the default Unity buttons, but you never know, might come up with something. This one will be exit. So we exit. And I guess oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. This is one will be exit to menu. Exit to menu. Then this one, we have to add another button, another one for the settings. So we'll do that. This one will be settings. We have to make sure to edit the text. So text, this is going to be settings. Then I guess there are going to be other buttons such as load, load save. Next up we have save graph. This one will, we're gonna save graph that. Then we'll be load graph like that. Lower it, not that. Lower this. Then we're just going to move this up. I don't know. I'm trying to figure something out. I feel like the exit button should be a lot larger. The exit button should be like rather large at the bottom. I should also make the text in it a lot larger. Best fit. Okay, that's a little too big. Not sure if I want that to be best fit anymore. We'll just make it like 30 or something. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's our exit button. The easiest one to code. That's literally, the easiest one to code is the exit button. The save graph and load graph are going to be a little bit more tricky. Set these more towards the center, where this one will be at 35, this one will be at negative 35, then this one will be at 115. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. I'm also trying to imagine. I would also think I would put an animator that's literally just a panel. If I add an animator to this, I'm pretty sure it'll work out. We just need to actually control when and such it does stuff. And I'll have a public void open, close, pause menu like that. And we'll take a no boolean. This one will be. But yeah, we also need to put the close button. Right, close is another. Close the pause menu is also another thing. We need to add another button to that. Another button. This one is going to be a square button. So we get 32 by 32. This button will go in the corner. And well, this one will be an X. I actually want to make that a lot smaller. Maybe we can make this 20 by 20. You put it in the corner. Actually, let's remove the image, or no, not that. Let's just give this a none. Looks rather interesting. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Wow, that looks kind of nice. At least this thing. I'm not sure about these guys. I'm not sure because, like I said, okay. I am thinking just because, all right, we also need to make sure to remove something called the navigation. We don't want navigation on this. Move navigation from all of you. We don't want any of it. And there's also you. I forgot yeah, you have none. Good. Let's hide the extras, hide the notification. Now, what we have to do now is we had save graph. I have an idea. Okay, I just had the stupidest idea, but I love it. I'm going to go into GIMP, make a new, whoops, not that. This will be a 64 by 64. Then within this, I'm actually going to add an alpha channel to this, and I actually prefer to change the background to something not white. I'm going to add the alpha channel, and I'm going to get rid of that. What I want to do is to make numbers with graph numbers with this. And what do I mean by graph numbers? Well, you'll see. I'll make this 20. No, that's way too big. 15. Yeah, that's too big as well. Let's go back to 9. This one is exactly there. Okay. What are the position? It's at 8. Okay, 8. There you go. Actually, I think I would move it just a tiny bit over here. So we'll go at 10. So here, go up. There we go. 10. Here we go. And right at the middle is you. There we go. I have a feeling this is offset by a little bit too much. Okay, let's try Let's try 20. Then here, 40. Okay, that's way too close. 15. 15. 7. I messed that up. One over to the side. There we go. And 64 minus 15 has to be 64 minus 15. 45. Wait, 60. No, I'm not going to use a calculator. 40. Yeah, 45. Okay. Then we'll have 45. 7. There we go. And yeah, we're going to make a graph from this, and I'm just going to duplicate this. And to do that, make 2. You might see where I'm going with this. Something tells me it's a little bit further. It's 49. I am an idiot. Wait, no, add that one back. $49. Okay, and let's do 49, 7. Here we go. 49, 30, 49, 42, and 15, 32. I still feel like it's a little too far, but I'm just going to do. I don't care anymore. I just want to make it. I just want to make this thing already. All right. Here to the center, to there, to there. Not like that, like this. No, there. And lastly there. And that's a number 3. Number 3. Number 2. Right, I know how to make a number 2. Okay. Here, and there we go. Number 2. And lastly, 1, which I guess I'll just do it like this. And then I do a diagonal. No, that's ugly. Okay. Three, two, 1. All right, and with that, I'm going to save this in with our good old buddies. So go to graph theory shortest path solver, assets, sprites. This is going to be slot 3. You don't need to save any of these. Actually, I think I need to save that one. I'll save those 2. Then we'll do the same thing with U. This one will be slot 2, support, and lastly U, slot 1. I think we can technically just get out now. Sprites. What? What? Oh, thank gosh. Okay. Sprite, apply, sprite, and apply. That is one of the stupidest things I've come up with, but it actually works. It works. Okay, don't judge me. Okay, anyway. In the menu, we're also going to have another panel. This one is going to be the load save menu. Technically, I'm going to have it take up the entire screen or something. I just might as well have it take up the entire screen. And do I want it to? We'll have this one be white, and we'll give it another panel. So the outline, obviously. A panel for that. Oops, not like that. Give it like this. Then all we need to do is to set the alpha all the way up. Now for you, we don't want it to have this. We're going to take it like that. However, I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit distracting if you can see the other side. So I'm going to have it like this. And we'll do 150. You can barely see anything, but that's the point. You're not supposed to see anything outside of it. Or 225? No, that's still too much. Too much. Let's try that. Let's just go with this. And then of course we have to have our UI, our button, the close button. This is our close button. This one's going to be at the top right. 32 by 32. Not that. There we go. Hey, set it to none. There we go. Then of course we have to set the text to X. Actually, this might be smaller, 20 by 20. And of course, to the corner, like so. This one will be close. Close save menu. Technically, I'll load save menu. Close load save menu. This one is going to have two purposes. All right. And within this, we'll have some buttons. The first one, or the one at the bottom, will be a new graph. It was just going to be new graph button. This one will be, say, new graph. Like that. We'll put it at the bottom, maybe at -150. Then at the middle, I would like to make another panel of some sort, but not like this. We want to make it smaller, and we want to give it the panel thing. I guess, yeah, we'll have it like this, and this one will be at the very bottom. Then next up, we need to yeah, we need to do something. Here I'll have a button. This button will be save slot 1. Then the sprite will be this. As for its text, I'm going to have something different, but I'll get to it in a second. So 32 by 30, that's way too small. 64 by 64 has to be better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have it be U. However, I'm going to have an image, and this image will not be a raycast target. It's just going to be the slot number. And obviously, it just needs to fill the button. Now the button, 32 by 64 by 64. It's going to be parented to the panel. And this one has to be to the, I believe this one. Now it's not going to say but. Now this one's not going to say button. The text is not going to say button for sure. This thing is actually going to tell us whether there's data or not. I actually would really like to call it the name. I'd like to make this. Also, I would also like to move this to right there. So that's a lot easier to, yeah, and then we'll, gosh dang it. That was a lot easier. Over button here, and it will be like that. I'll save data. I guess it'll be like that. I like the white text, honestly, for this. I'm probably going to make this a lot longer too. Just like that. We have to just, in a sense, this is a lot of stuff that I have to think about. Now this button is actually rather more simple to actually the close save menu button. All it is really it takes the load save menu game object and set active to false. That's all it really does. I don't believe I'll be making any animation for it. You know what? I might as well. It should have its own animation. Load save menu. It's going to have an animation. This one's going to be the load save menu. All right, and within that, what we have to do is we're going to just completely ignore that. Go to our load save menu. And well, we have to make a new animator because this is create animator controller. This one is going to be the load save menu, just unique to this guy. And we're going to add a component, an animator. Then this one will be open save, open load save menu. There we go. We're gonna do this, and all we need to do here is to bring it up from, wow, geez, from up here. Then after I'll make it like that. It will go down all the way. Perfect. Now let's play it. I think it should be a little bit faster than that. Maybe like this. Let's try it out. Yeah, I think that's okay. It does that. Then obviously we have to create a new clip. It's going to be stay, load, save, menu, stay open. All this, we set this to 0, 0. I set this to 0. It's 0, and that's it. Next, a new clip, which is close, load, save, menu. And all we need to do is to hit its position like this. Whoops, can't forget. Here we go. And set this up. There we go. Whoops, forgot that this is an animation. You actually need to move the frame. This is the wrong one. Hold on, let me go to my stay. Who's the one that has the outline? All right. This one's supposed to be like this, and this one's supposed to be like this. Perfect. And the close, again, all we need to do, this, then put you right there and put you up top. No, right, this is animation. We actually need to move the frame, move frames forward. There we go. And we have ourselves some animations. Stop playing. Okay, there we go. Let's go to our load save menu thing, and all right, we have to add one more. Right, okay. Stay closed, load, save, menu. Oh my gosh, it's so hassle. Stop moving the outline. My gosh, please. There we go. Go back to this, and well, stay closed is obviously the default. Then it's going to be stay open, close, then like this. It's a little obvious of what I'm at this point, what I'm trying to do here. You've seen me done this like 20 billion times already. Please make a transition, make a transition, make a transition. This one is not supposed to have an exit time or a fixed duration, and a transition of 0 with a no fixed duration. Then the conditions are we have to add a condition here, which is a Boolean. It's called stay open, like we do 20 billion times. Stay open if stay open is false. There we go. Basic stuff. We've done this 20,000 times. All right. Actually, oh, never mind. Okay, so what we now have to do is the open, close, pause menu. This one is going to be this one will be an integer, or no, this will be Boolean open. If open set equal to true, so obviously we are going to get we need more animators. Public animator, not animation, animator menu. Pause menu animator. Open is equal to true. Pause menu animator dot animator dot play. And we have to pass in. I believe this one uses a rather more interesting. It's not animation to UI. It's panel open, I believe. Panel open. We have to do pause menu animator dot play. Stay open to true. Else we have to set Boolean. There we go. Otherwise, we have to set it to false. My gosh, I've done this so many times. At this point, I've done this so many times, I might as well make this an actual own function. This is going to be a private void play UI animation. I should have made this a public. I should have made this function a long time ago, where it takes in an animator. Called the animator. We take in some sort of Boolean. We'll call it state. I'll call it open. I call it open UI. If open UI, hello, oh, hello, and thank you, happy face. If open UI is set to true, what we have to do is go animator dot play, then we do right, okay, right. All right. This is something. Yep, string. It's going to be called the open animation name. And we just pass an open animation name here. And then we do animator dot set boolean, and since I use this so often, I'll say stay open set to true. Else animator dot set bool stay open to false. I've done this so many times. Play UI animation. All we need to do is to pass open. We need to pass the pause menu animator, then we pass in open. Then here we pass in what was it? Panel open. There we go. Now there is I've done this so many times. I need to actually look back at some of my functions and see whether or not they actually include this, such as U. Oh my gosh, it really is the same. And I might as well do play UI animation. We pass in the animator, which is the menu animator dot menu animator. Then we pass in our state. Then what we have to do is we pass an open menu for the open it. Yeah, this literally will take it. We can shorten this script by just a tiny bit, like that, just like that. We fixed it just like that. This thing is already shortened by quite a bit. I'm pretty sure I actually might as well make this. I might as well make this a public function because I've used this in other places, such as the Vertex properties panel, or not this one. The UI panel. Where is it? UI panel. UI panel script. There it is. In this UI panel script, I've used this before. In fact, right here. Can you believe it? However, we kind of just need to make this a bool. However, there's a bit of an awkward state. Okay, if it is, I'm not sure. Okay, now I'm thinking, how am I going to do it for this one? Ow. I might as well also call this the animator just to make sure that we don't actually mix up with any other possible animators. So this is going to be the animator, and so on. All right, ow. Okay, all right. UI panel. This one's awkward. This one's a little awkward now because what to do. Target is not equal to null. Oh. I can definitely do this. UI manager dot script dot play as in our animator. This one will be set to true. And wait, hold on. I need to know the name of the. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Then we have to do UI manager dot script dot play. Actually, I can make this a public static because this is actually used so much. Let me go back to my UI panel. We don't need to do this anymore. We can just do this. And here we pass in our animator. And the open UI will be true. This one will be panel open. Oh my gosh. That definitely shortens my code by by quite a bit, actually. Stay open to, and this one will be false. Wow. Okay, I've used this so much, so much. Let me go to my now. Let me go to the mode manager. Where is it? Where'd the mode manager go? Mode manager. Okay, never mind. Go back. Let's go back to this pause menu. Okay, let's just make sure it actually works first off, because I have a feeling that it might. It does work. Wow. Hold on a second. Does notification can notification also be? Can it also actually actually I think I think this one's more complex. I think I might as well not use this guy. All right. Next for the pause. Okay, now for the pause. Pause menu. Panel animator. Okay, let's go back to yeah. All right, this button is supposed to kind of govern how this works. So we pass in their UI, then we go to our UI manager, and this one is open close menu. This one is going to be set to true, and this guy, on the contrary, the pause menu, yeah, this pause menu, this is going to be the close button. Again, we have to pass in our player UI manager, open close pause menu. This one's going to be false. There we go. Right, okay, we also need to set up the animators. Pause menu and animator is going to be here. All right, never mind, I can't use that one. Never mind. I'm going to have to set this to none because this guy is going to behave a little bit different. However, hey, you know what? Let's just use this guy. Go to our pause menu. Let's give it this guy instead. I think it can work. I think it works. You mind? Hello? And I kind of realized. What? Oh, panel. Oh, that's why. Okay, then this one should be. What is it called? Open menu. Yeah, open menu. There we go. Now I kind of messed up the animation for stay closed. I'm gonna edit. I need to edit this guy because as you can definitely, as you might have seen. Are you serious? Please let me move. Stop. Oh, this is the wrong one. Wait, no, this is the wrong one. I have a feeling I should call this something else. This one, or I don't know what to call this one. This one maybe we should call it the pause menus. Why not? Pause menus. So this one is close, pause. This one will be pause menu animation. Then this one will be open pause. This one will be stay closed pause. Lastly, this one is going to be not that, stay open pause. This one's going to be open pause. Then for, I guess, yeah, that's what it's going to be. The pause menu, we have to give it not the menu, but we give it the pause menu animation. Now for these, now for the save load, this one's going to be pause menu animation. However, we need to adjust the stay closed. So here, and yeah, that should take care of that. Hopefully now there's not just some white bar. Yep, there is none. Now let's see the close. Yeah, I thought so. Oops. At the end here, this just a tiny bit upward. All right. Hopefully now that works. And no, it's, why are you like this? I hate you. Okay, the stay closed. There we go. Hopefully now that works. And it's not doing anything. Why are you like this? I hate you so much. Open file. My gosh, why are you like this? It just, What do you mean? What? Open animation name, okay. What? Open pause. Is the animator? Let's actually, okay, fine, let's fix this and bring all of you back in. Wow, it actually knew which one to go to. Okay. Go like this. Come on. And they do this. Obviously, no exit time, settings, 0, no fixed duration, and last but not least, stay open is false. Here we go. Maybe now this will work. What the heck? That actually looks cool. I'm keeping that. I don't care what anyone says. I am keeping that. That is amazing. What? Okay, but the pause menu button is not close. Why is it to the center? It should be like that. Yeah, there you go. That is amazing, and I don't care what anyone says. I love that animation. It's so cool. I don't. Nobody, don't judge me, okay? This is amazing. It looks so cool. I love it so much. The animation. It's not even intentional. That was not intentional, but I love it. Oh my gosh. I am geeking out. Okay. Anyway, let's get this guy out of the way. Right, let me just make sure that when I play and it, yes. All right, that's a problem. Okay, okay. Now, I guess I might as well have a boolean, a public boolean paused. By default, this will be set to false. How did I use the wrong your in the pause menu or not? All right, on open menu. And I guess here we'll do, oh no, not like that. We'll do it like this. However, if paused is equal to true, we'll return. All right, next. When we open the menu, okay, when we open, what we have to do is set paused is set equal to open. There we go. That way we can't actually, cause a problem. That way we won't be able to exit into the, that way when no matter how much we press the escape or right click, we'll still be in the pause menu. We would have to close the pause menu to actually go back in. I still love that animation. It's so smooth. Now, obviously, these don't do anything, but they eventually will. Now, next up is the load save menu, which I kind of just need to do a bit of work. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a script, and there's a lot of UI stuff. This one is going to, oh, whatever. This one will be a C# script, and this one will be the save slot. Save slot. This one will actually be using Unity Engine, and we'll be using Unity engine.ui. That's right. First off, I probably should indicate that this has a public integer called the slot number. I'll not set this to anything. And in here, we'll also have a public text called the text info. Why not? And well, what we need to do here is on void start, not private void start, on void start, what we need to do is, in a sense, we have to go to our save manager, and are we, actually we need to say if save system dot load graph data. This is a string. Oh my gosh. Slot number. Just make this a string. Okay, fine. We'll do dot two string. Is equal to null. Then we're gonna have to do something. Okay, this is why I want to have a graph name. I'm going to just leave it here, a public string called the graph name. By default, this will be equal to a new graph. However, string, this will be new graph. So we call the set graph name, and all we need to do is graph name is set equal to set graph name. Now we actually need to go to our save system and fix something. Now, wait a minute, this is player settings. What? No. Player settings data. As a new player settings data. Now this one is going to be rather interesting. This also needs to have a string called the graph name. I'm passing the graph name. However, in our save slot, if this is equal to null, then what we want to do is text info.text is going to actually say no saved data. And else text info, actually I should probably set this to something like a graph data is equal to this. If data, this one will actually might as well be a private variable data, a graph data called data. Data is equal to null. Go if data is equal to null, then otherwise text info.text is going to be set equal to data.graph name. There we go. That's actually what it's supposed to be. Now, as for what is next, I am not sure. When we go to our save manager, now when we have, there's another thing that we need to do. When we actually need to, we still haven't actually done any on this mode. Save slot. We actually need to do the functions for saving. So we also need to, when we save, we actually need to input a name. Not only do we need to input a name, but we also technically need to input a we need to actually input like we need to input a name, and we also need to input the slot. Otherwise, private. I guess what we could do is have a private integer, and this one will be save to slot. And well, and we're going to have a public void save to slot num, and we pass in an integer. This will be the slot number. So the slot number will be set equal, or not slot number, save to slot will be set equal to slot number. Then what we have to do is public void save slot save graph. This one is going to be another one, going to be a more interesting one. This one will take in a string, and this will be the graph name. So now we have to go to save system dot, and we do dot save graph data, and you pass in save to slot dot to string. Might as well make this a string so it's easy for ourselves. String dot to string. There we go. And we pass save to slot. Then we pass in graph name. There we go. Then we also, of course, would like to. Oh wait, the notification's already in there. Hold on. Once we do that, I guess what we can do is actually technically close the UI. So we can go to UI manager dot script dot open close pause menu, set it to false. But we also would like to close save the load save menu, not just that. So now we have to do the same thing, but for the, next we need another animator. So a public animator, this is going to be save load menu animator. It's going to be a red, well, tons of animators. So next is we have to do is the public void open close save. Oh my gosh. Load menu. This is such a long name. It's not even how I spell void. Here we go. We pick in bool, and it's going to be called open. Then we do play animation, play UI animation. Pick in our save load menu animator. That's an open, and lastly, it's just going to also be open pause. No, we don't want to do the second one. Next, what we need to do now, obviously, go to our player UI and set the animator of our load save menu. Next, after that, what we now need to do is, what do I need to do? Right, when we do our save graph, I'm thinking again. Because technically this is supposed to open the same menu. Oh, whatever, it's just going to open the menu for now. But we'll add on a second one. So this takes in our player UI, obviously UI manager, and the open save load menu, true. Same thing with the load graph. open, close, save, load menu, and this is true. Now, obviously, we have to do this one is going to be the opposite. So it goes to player UI and manager, open, close, save menu. There we go. Let's just go ahead and test the animation. So save graph, do that, load graph. Yeah, this is an amazing, wow, everything is so beautiful when you have animation. Okay. And I technically would make, I'm going to technically duplicate another. I'm technically also going to need another animator, which, okay, I just realized something. I'm debugging something and it's not something I want to debug. Okay, let me play that again because seriously, I do not need this. I don't believe I need that anymore, so I'm going to save that. You can see we have quite a bit. Okay, it's almost been 4 hours, geez. And yeah. All right, so next up, what is it that we need to do now? We have tons of stuff. When we have our save slot, we also need to have a public public void save load file. Now this one is going to be a little bit more of a tricky side, but luckily we have a boolean which is going to be save. If save is equal to true, then we're going to save, else we are going to load. This is going to be save to file to save file to slot, else this is load file from slot. There we go. That's what we want to do. And well, to be honest, all we need to do is to just do data dot save system. Okay, all we just need to do is copy paste this guy. Just copy paste this guy, and then else we have to do this. No, we don't. You don't need to set data to anything. Wait a second. No, that's not. Save. Wait, no. What? No. Okay. Save sys. Okay, save manager dot save graph, and we pass in the graph name. Hold on a second. Save to slot. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how this works. Okay, I have an idea, but it's going to be that when you do this, you have a confirmation. So under all this, we need to make another panel in the middle. We're gonna have it black out, so this one's going to be confirm action. This one's going to be black. I'm going to have a UI panel this guy, obviously we're gonna have to give it the sprite, the panel. However, we're not gonna have it stretch out like this. We're gonna have it just like this in the center. And come on, center it. There you go. Then, however, we actually need to make another panel. This one, we are going to remove you, and we want to set this to a black. Actually, we don't want it to be, we want it to be like this. And I'm just going to do it like this and put it in like this for now. However, I'm going to actually take it out and put it the other way around. This one is the box. Within this box, we have the panel, then we have, this is actually the outline. Then here we'll have a text, which this will be a white text centered like so. This one will say, are you sure? Confirm action. I guess we'll do it like that. Confirm action with a question mark. Oh gosh. I really want to continue to work, but I'm going to have to end it here. So yeah, that's really about it for now. So thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed.